What's up, guys? This is Cameron Knight, Ground Zero, Huntington, West Virginia. Purple belt under George Rugel.
Ninja Files, purple belt, prison belt.
Same. So today we're going to show a triangle setup and an armbar transition off of that failed triangle from side control. So I guess we'll get started. Let's show that. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my opponent in an ideal side control position. I've got my leg up underneath of his shoulder, his arm trapped here, and his forearm trapped. What I'm going to do is essentially legitimately try to transition him out. Got everything in tight here. I'm going to slide my elbow across his hips here, pick my knee up right on his belly, right at the hips, and start transitioning him out. The problem that I run into a lot when I start transitioning is people take this hand and they push on my knee because they're worried about me making the transition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capitalize on his attempt to defend here. I'm just going to take his wrist and pin it at his hip as I bring my knee up higher on his chest. So my hand comes to the wrist, I push it towards his hip as my knee comes higher up on the chest here, okay? From my side control position, my hand's already behind his head for head control with the triangle. So all I'm going to do after I break this grip is pop my knee up across his chest, slice it to the mat, and pull his head up as I switch my leg around here. From here to finish the mounted triangle, I can just slide my knee across on the inside of my heel, squeeze my legs and pull up on his head, or I can just go ahead and transition to a regular triangle in the roll. So again, start in a basic side control position, tight control, hand under the head, grab a hunk of gi if you want, as long as you're maintaining good shoulder pressure, keeping his appendages in tight. To make my transition amount by keeping my elbow connected to his hip, and replacing my elbow with my knee here. In an attempt to defend, he starts to push away, which is fine. I'm going to take his wrist, and as I push it towards his hip, I'm going to move my knee up higher on his chest, here. From here, my hand that's under his head is going to control, pull him towards me as I switch my knee around to cup the back of his head. To finish, I can lean into him, bringing my knee on the inside of my heel, finish here, here, or I can just continue the roll, finish a normal triangle here. Okay. Secondly, we go with somebody who's a little more privy to this triangle setup, or dingy, knows what's coming, is going to defend, doesn't want to get triangled. So we're going to go off of a little armbar transition from this position. Setup is exactly the same. I'm essentially going for the exact same technique. Come up to the mount position. I'm trying to transition. He starts pushing away. I'm breaking here. And as I start to transition, my partner, being privy, maybe gets his hand loose or whatever, or keeps his head flat on the mat so I can't scoop it and pick it up, starts pushing my leg up. That's fine. I'm just going to continue to circle my leg over his head and cup in like a pillow armbar position, sitting my weight down on his shoulder, right on his ribs here. From here, all I'm going to do is cup his shoulders, sit back on my hip, bring my other knee up, keeping my knees squeezed together. My outside leg now can just go over my partner's head. His arm's already under my elbow, so I can just very easily finish this armbar here. Again, everything's tight. I go for my triangle, or I go for my mount initially. He pushes, I break here, he keeps his head flat, I can't lift it up, or he starts pushing up on my foot as I step around. Just continue the motion right around his head and cup him in this pillow position. All of my weight is right over top of his chest, right on these ribs, on his shoulder. Got a grip behind his shoulder here on the gi. Just gonna sit back on my hip, bring this other knee up as I squeeze my knees together, just drawing my elbow back against his wrist to finish the armbar.